Welcome everybody to the Geek Dad Report Real Reviews. I'm Brian and that's Ryan, and tonight we are going to be reviewing that special lovely movie that everybody is going to be talking about in February. No, we're not talking about any number of romantic comedies. We are going to be talking about the
There,
romantic comedy of the epic age proportions. I don't know.
there's only one thing that everybody needs to go see Valentine's Day weekend, and that is Deadpool. Especially if you're trying to convince your girlfriend that it is a comic book movie slash love story, which they have been doing a great job in the merchant in the marketing of trying to bill it like that. So totally
Yeah.
for Valentine's Day.
This is the review that will help sell to your significant other that there's one Valentine's Day movie for you guys. It is going to be Deadpool. So
Yes.
I guess that's our long-winded way of saying we're going to be reviewing Deadpool right now. This is a spoiler-free review, but since we're talking about the movie, we will be talking about the movie, so we will not give away any major plot points or any big details, but we will be talking about it. So if you don't want to know anything about Deadpool at all,
Yeah.
well, we still think you should watch this. But if you
Shouldn't
don't
even
want to,
yeah. Go pause this and then come back after you see the movie.
pause this, come back after you see the movie. But we will be leaving a brief, description of how we feel about the movie in our I don't know, description article that goes along with this. So check that out. We do give a rating in that, so you can get our basic feelings on that. But this is going to be where we dive into all the fun, juicy details, and trust us, you do not want to miss out. So
Yes.
on that note, all I got to say about this movie is this is the movie, Ryan. This is the one that I have been waiting for Fox to do right ever since they got the Marvel properties. This is the movie. This is the Marvel movie that I wanted Fox to do, and damn it
Were
if
you,
they did not finally deliver for me.
were you were satisfied?
I was epically satisfied. As a person who has never been a huge fan of the Bryan Singer X-Men universe, I wasn't quite sure how they were going to do Deadpool and if they were going to get it right. I'm here to say that they nailed this movie.
Yeah.
This movie is a perfect comic book movie. It is epic in all proportions. It is an action comedy. It is a
Yeah.
romantic adventure. It is an epic action piece. It has great special effects. It is
Well, and the comedic elements are so good from the very literal beginning of the movie, where when they were showing, you know how like some movies where they'll show, blah blah blah, Ryan Reynolds, and they'll just kind of have his name flashing across the screen. Deadpool takes that to a whole different level with they're kind of panning through like a slow
oh,
motion,
in the
like,
intro, the movie intro.
yeah, the intro. And they're talking, and the whole theater was just laughing their ass off. And nobody had spoken a word yet.
Yeah.
And the whole theater was just laughing their ass off as they were slowly panning through this, slow motion thing and, going around it, looking at all the angles. And it was just from the start, you knew that this is exactly what you wanted from a Deadpool movie.
Well, and anybody who wanted to know what kind of movie this is, I mean, I gave out all those descriptions not to just kill time, but it really is all those movies wrapped up into one. But at its core, it is an action comedy. It is an action romantic comedy wrapped up in a Marvel mutant X-Men movie.
And it's an origin story where it's done in such a great way that it doesn't feel like you're like, oh, okay, well, let's watch Spider-Man get bit by a spider,
Yeah, well,
and then he can get his powers.
it's
But
a
no,
very original movie. That's one of the things I kind of liked about this. It was it was kind of a palate cleanse. I love comic book movies, but we've got a lot of kind of the same thing. This is something completely different than we've seen. I mean, besides the fact that it is R-rated, and people do not take your children to this. This is a hard R.
yeah,
This is a
yeah.
push the boundaries of R.
Don't be the horrible people that take your 3-year-old in because they were crying because you let them go see Captain America. But and they think Deadpool is that really funny guy from the Spider-Man animated cartoon that's PG
Yeah.
on Nickelodeon. No, this is not that Deadpool.
Yeah,
This
if
is
you've
the
watched me and
Deadpool.
Ryan's Geek Dad Report show, you know that I have talked at length of how difficult it's been to explain to my 6-year-old daughter why she cannot see Deadpool, but she will never see this movie. Well, never is a strong word. When she gets old enough, she'll watch this, but she will not watch this. I mean, at one point, a guy gets his head cut off, and Deadpool drop kicks that head into another guy's head that like decapitates that head. So I mean, this is the type of movie that it is. It is gory beyond all belief. It drops f bombs like it's going out of style, and the amount of sexual innuendos, nudity, and everything in this movie is astonishing for a Marvel movie. I mean, there is a sex montage that lasts what, 5 minutes? It feels like.
I would probably say that that scene was at least 5 minutes with various interesting positions displayed and fetishes, I guess you could say.
Yeah, Happy Ladies Day is especially an interesting choice
Yeah.
that they picked.
So
But no, this is a great movie. If anybody has been, worried like I was that that the 20th Century Fox logo came across the top, do not be. They did this movie right. I don't know if it's because they just let it be, or they let people who really, really know and love the property, run this. But I know it was a low budget for a comic book movie. It was only a $40 million production budget, which is nothing compared to all these other movies. I mean, I think the Green Lantern was $200 million, and we all know how that turned out. So,
yeah.
this movie does not show that it's only $40 million. It looks like a big budget movie.
And Ryan Reynolds was one of the producers on it. And so, and everyone, if you don't know by now, he has a deep passion for the character Deadpool, and so much that he took on a producer role just to make sure that, everything was being done the right way. So, and it really shows in the movie. I mean, and for being a $40 million budget, it did not look like a $40 million budget movie.
Well, the special effects, I mean, some of the set pieces are smaller than a lot of the other big, Marvel or X-Men or DC movies, but the action choreography is amazing. It is some of the best fight scenes I've ever seen in a comic book movie. They are top notch. The special effects they do use, Colossus, it's not a spoiler, he's in the trailer, so and Negasonic
Teenage Warhead.
Their powers are great. They do such a good job with this. I mean, this movie is the X-Men movie I've always been waiting for, and there's only 2 X-Men in it. So,
well, I don't. It doesn't give away too much because we all know they're X-Men, but they do show. They kind of pan it, and it shows the Xavier Institute for Gifts of Children, and it shows the little, like a little tablet, black, and everyone in the theater goes, "Oh!"
Yeah, this is set in the X-Men universe, and they are part of this movie. I hope going forward that this is the universe that I want my X-Men to be out of. I mean, obviously, I know that we're not going to get a rated R X-Men movie, but just the way that Colossus was and Negasonic Teenage Warhead, they were their character. Well, I don't know much about her, but Colossus was Colossus from the comic books. I mean, our biggest gripe with other, Fox Marvel properties is that they don't always capture the comic book versions of these characters. And they nailed that in this movie. Deadpool is his comic book character. Well, I mean, I guess we should probably, we're 8 minutes into this review. We didn't even talk about what the movie's about. Anybody who's not familiar with Deadpool, basically, Wade Wilson, played by Ryan Reynolds, is the Merc with the mouth. He's a mercenary who's a smart-ass, fast talker, and he's a bad guy with a heart of gold. And he falls in love with Marina Baccarin. I totally butchered her name. I apologize, but falls in love with her. Finds out he has cancer. Once again, all this is in the trailer. So finds out he has cancer. Undergoes an experiment where he ends up getting mutant powers, and it destroys his face. And he's out for revenge, and he's got to save his girl. So that's pretty much the plot of this movie.
Yeah, and there's awesome fight scenes, like you said. Even the fight where he tried punching Colossus, and you find out what happens when you try to punch Colossus, who's made out of steel.
See, I can't talk about it. That's one of the best scenes in the movie. I've heard some concerns that people that worry that they keep showing the freeway chase scene in all the trailers, that is the big set piece in this movie. It's not. It's done in a way that's still new, even though we've seen it in the trailers. It's a big part of the movie, but it's not the only thing in it. So if you're worried that's all there is to this, trust me, there's so much more to this movie. There's so much more that they did not put in the trailers that I was surprised how much they didn't show.
The trailer probably exposes like a 15 to 20 minute segment of the movie. And it's at the very beginning, so it's not very consequential. And I don't know, we got to see Bob, and all that stuff. So you get to see like all these like little tiny characters that are in the comic books. As you're familiar with the comic books, you kind of go, yeah. The whole theater, cheered like when people were being introduced. They
had such a great cast. They nailed all of the supporting cast, every last member. I don't remember all their names, but his roommate, the blind the blind old lady. She
the
was
blonde-
great. She was
the
trying to
black.
put together IKEA furniture, and it was hilarious.
Yeah, and she wants cocaine.
And she wants cocaine. I mean, this movie, it has it's
And he gets
nonstop comedy. I mean, they are rapid fire machine gun shooting jokes at you, and it has about a 90% stick rate, which is incredible because as fast as they're flinging out one-liners, usually it's more miss than hit. But this movie is just hit, 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 hit.
he gets in a fight with his black blind old lady roommate about how she's terrible at assembling IKEA furniture, and then they go into a discussion about IKEA furniture. I mean, it's just so much like the comic book that I I had a huge smile on my face the whole movie.
Yeah,
And I just could not get enough of it.
It is. The other thing is too. We talked about how funny it is, but it is a very dark comedy. People. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
It is It is not for the squeamish. It is not just fart jokes. It is very. There's a lot of sex jokes in this. A lot of them are really funny, and there's pretty much anything you could think of that's nasty and disgusting. They joke about in this movie. So
If you're a mature adult who borderline immature adult,
you're gonna love this movie.
yeah, you're gonna love the shit. This movie is gonna do very well with the general audience, I think.
Yeah.
It plays right into mainstream America, I think, perfectly.
Oh, I absolutely. It's in kind of wrapping this review up. Me and Ryan clearly both love this movie. Tim Miller, first time director, great job. You would not know he was a first time director. I cannot wait to see what else he's got up his sleeve. So.
Ryan Reynolds is amazing as Deadpool.
Yeah,
Just-
T.J. Miller, Marina Baccarin. Hopefully, I said it better this time. They're all great. Everybody's great. I guess if there's a flaw to this movie, the bad guys aren't well fleshed out, and the plot's pretty. I don't know, pretty basic. There's nothing too deep there, but I think that works in this movie because the movie's a comedy, and it's a vessel for Deadpool to just be Deadpool, and. We didn't need an overcomplicated plot or story to weigh this thing down.
It's there to establish Deadpool, what his character is, and how he fits into the Marvel, especially the X-Men universe, and it does it perfectly. And now they totally have something to build upon for a second Deadpool movie, where they can just go even more outrageous.
And there will be a second Deadpool movie because I
yeah.
guarantee you this movie might double its budget the first weekend, and if it doesn't, I give up because this is great. This is a perfect movie. So I guess in closing, Ryan, what rating are we giving this movie?
I'm going to give this movie 10 out of 5 chimichangas. You could only go up to 5, but I'm giving it 10 chimichangas.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this. This is a perfect comic book movie, people. This is a
katana sword to the face.
Yeah, this is a perfect comic book movie. I give this 10 out of 10 masturbation unicorns. And when you see the movie, you're going to understand why that's funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a perfect date movie. It is a perfect X-Men movie. Fox, all the things I've said about you in the past about how you make some of your movies, I take them all back. This, you finally nailed it. Thank you. We want more of this. Excellent job.
Pull every single brownie point you need to get your female significant other who you drag to comic book movies to go see.
Let's not discriminate. If you're a female and you want to see this and your male does not, slap him around and tell him, well, I can't say slap him around, we don't endorse violence. Metaphorically slap him around and tell him that you're going to leave him.
Just punch him. If he doesn't want to see this movie, punch him in the dick. Because he needs to go see this movie.
Metaphorically, because we do not endorse violence.
No, okay, fine.
Anyway, go see this movie. You will enjoy it. It is fantastic fun. Like we said, it's an action, comedy, mutant, romantic thriller all rolled up into one, and you will not just be disappointed. Also remember, 2 stingers, people, after credit scenes. Stay for both of them. We only got to see one. Apparently there's a second one on the way that they did not show the press, so let us know. We'll see it again, but let us know what it is.
Yes. But enjoy, everybody. We have done our service.
On that note, go see my movie, people. It's fantastic. Oh, wait, look, Deadpool's breaking the 4th wall. I'm here. This is great. I do break the 4th wall a lot in my movie. All the time.
Perfect.
Go see my movie. All right, guys. That's it from Geek Dad Report, Real Reviews. Enjoy the movie.
See you next time.